Welcome back, everybody, to a sick-ass episode of the Careful Boys X Usmire X Watch Mojo, where we're doing a top 10 comprehensive list. Top 10 fight movies ranked by us that everybody in the world has to watch, okay? Now that we have Mr. Jeremy over here,
Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah, Secret News.
Secret News!
Yeah, for sure.
Yum-yums! Yum-yums! Numbers!
Tokar and Razor, dude.
Yeah!
After this,
That's the strongest choice I've ever seen made in a movie.
Bebop and Rocksteady, fall!
I love these guys. They're not even in that, are they? Nah, but then I just like them. Those guys are the mutant ugly babies.
They're babies!
But then these guys are cool.
Yeah.
I don't have the other
Turtles too, man.
I'm all saying top 10 as if we're going from like 10 to 1 and we already have our list, but we're just gonna basically riff.
Alright, what is it? What is it? What is it? What's number one? Are we going from least to greatest?
Yeah, we gotta go from 10 to 1 as if we actually are that good.
One of my favorite of all time. I don't know if you guys watched it, huh?
No, he's going from 10. Oh no, he's going with favorite?
No, this is one of my favorite from all time. But I'm putting it.
Started at 1.
I'm putting it at 10 because
Never watched Mojo.
it's so Chinese. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
It's so
Like you guys gotta
Chinese.
be digging in the crates for this one.
All right, what is it?
You know, is it Once Upon a Time in China?
I think so.
Oh,
with-
Wong Fei Hong.
Yeah,
with
but
Jet
it's
Li,
the one. It's the one where
the zombie guy.
yeah, there's a metal vampire dude. He rolls up in a fucking metal thing, and then the move that he does, like he'll go up to Shaolin
Don't
monk,
show me.
and he goes, and he just goes, he rips the Shaolin
I feel like
monk.
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen that, like, clips of it. I don't think I watched the whole movie.
It's with Jet Li, and that's why that's one of my favorite one. But I don't know if people have seen that one.
I think the only way to come up with a list today is if we all just keep shouting them and we keep writing them and then we take votes.
Don't make it too real, but yes. But yes, here I'll sort of write it down.
Don't make it too real.
Skip that one. The one.
This
that's
one
That's
is
fucked up.
definitely
Leave it out.
either number 9 or number 10, and it's Beverly Hills Ninja.
Beverly Hills Ninja's a banger. Dude.
Beverly Hills Ninja's amazing for
still
the
holds up.
scene where he's trying to act like the Benihana guy. And he's like freestyling his dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Where does the live action Street Fighter land?
Oh,
Number 11, dude.
to go home? And who wants to come with me?
I'm going to kick his ass so hard.
So hard.
That's what he says.
Next Bison is gonna fill it.
He says, "Bison wannabe."
Bison line to Chun-Li was pretty fire though.
What does he say?
When he tells him like, I killed your father, like, and you remember it, but to me it was a Tuesday.
that was pretty
He was
hardcore.
savage.
He was good, dude. What was the name? Raul.
Julia, dude, yeah, it's freaking
He's
Gomez.
the
OG
man.
Combat up there though.
OGMK, the first one,
The first one.
and then Annihilation was okay because
Well,
like
now
it
after
was
Raiden
cool.
cut his hair, it was alright.
Cool. No, but there was cool fights in it.
There were.
Remember Sub-Zero without the mask? That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, the intro scene was crazy.
yeah.
Like the backstory of like Scorpion and yeah.
No, the first two were cool.
What did you like the newer one?
I love Hiroyuki Sanada.
He's tight. That Scorpion.
Yeah.
He's tight.
That alone was like the best marketing for that whole movie.
Yeah, that opening scene. Was that the opening scene?
They dropped that whole opening scene on YouTube before the movie came out.
That was hard, bro.
Yeah.
But that was the only best kind of.
Well, the gore in general was really fun.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, cool.
But I didn't know that was the story between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I don't know. Like I didn't know.
lore?
That was the whole-
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's always like a different version of it. Like it always changes. Have you guys ever seen Showdown? It's a Billy Blanks martial arts movie.
What?
No.
I really liked this movie.
Is he doing aerobics while he's fighting?
It's so typical. Tybo, get it right. It's in like it was a 1993 movie, and it's what happens in the plot is that it's like a high school, and of course these bullies are beating on this kid. And then he's the janitor that sees it, and he's like, "You gotta toughen up," and he like teaches him how to fight.
That's tight.
But then it turns out the bullies are like part of the syndicate, like gang. So then they're going after the janitor guy now. It sounds like kinda back down. Like kinda back down. Kinda back down. Back down. It sounds like a
Kinda back down.
it's like a bad version of it. Like kinda back down.
Back down. I might back down.
What about the raid?
Raid
is dope.
Raid is tight.
Great movie, dude.
That's, yeah,
That was a
immediately,
game changer.
immediately top 5. Top 5.
But see, as a fight coordinator in the space, I hated the Raid for the fact that I couldn't go into like a meeting with a director or producer that says like, that doesn't bring it up. Like, I want this to look like the Raid, you know? And I'm like, every show.
What do they mean by that when they say that? What are they specifically trying to
Little
say?
Indonesian people.
Well, they're like, you know, I like for a long time it was like you're pretty young. I've never really heard of you, but like, you know, like the style I want is like real like the Raid, like real brutal. And it's like for 10 years it was like I want my movie to look like the Raid, but I'm not gonna give you an actor to train for, you know, a month. It's always 2 weeks, but I want them to look like the Raid.
Oh.
The movie The Raid was made by Indonesian people who had been doing martial arts all their life.
Damn.
If they wanted to make a movie in 2 weeks, that could be done. But like, you want me to take somebody who is the best rom-com actor or something and make them look like The Raid?
Jason
Like it
Segel.
doesn't.
Make Ryan Gosling do fucking Muay Thai the right way.
He did a movie too, though, didn't he?
Gray Man.
Yeah, Gray Man.
Yeah,
What'd you think of that?
I don't know. I think the movie itself like had a lot like things that didn't quite, you know.
Yeah, it felt like a kind of a John Wick adjacent, or like they were trying to go for John Wick.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. As soon as John Wick came out, everybody wanted us to do John Wick style.
Everyone's trying to do gun fu.
Yeah, and so you know, when I have bittersweet with these like best fight scenes, like the newer ones, right? Because
What's like a stuntman's movie? Kind of like, I feel like the Fighter's movie.
Hot Rod.
It's my favorite.
Rod is so funny.
Well, you know the
Arnold's in there.
The first stunt when he goes over the van and hits the ramp, that guy like broke both of his femurs,
Oh my god.
went to the hospital, and then won an award for it.
Oh shit.
He won like hardest hit.
Dude, break both your femurs? That's insane.
That's
I think he was
fucking
like a Canadian stunt guy.
insane.
He was in Canada.
Well, at least he got an award for
Bro,
it.
that shit was brutal.
That's the 2 strongest bones in your body, and they both broke
At the same time?
Fuck.
Just go and watch that clip again, and
It's fucked up.
when he's in the air, you're like, that's a real person, and then he hits, and you're like, he looks like a doll because his legs are just going like this. And you're like, oh, something went wrong.
The comedy relief is him going, "Bleh," and he throws up everywhere.
Is it like a standard thing? I always wondered that when you guys are shooting a scene and the stunt guy gets seriously injured or worse, do they normally not want to use that shot now for the film?
No, I wish. I mean, but no, okay, it's sensitive subject, right?
Yeah.
Because when somebody gets hurt, you're like, out of respect, I don't want to use it. But if I got hurt in a shot, I would hope that it was good enough to make the movie so that
Yeah.
It
I
was
didn't
worth
do
it.
it for nothing.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of worse, but like,
I want to die in a movie and be memorialized by putting up a real death in the scene.
well, you
Don't
know,
fucking edit that part. I die for nothing.
I think the Prince of Morocco was in like number 3. In Wick 3, and he wanted to die on movie so bad, like he just came in, put on thing, and Chad let him take like a gunshot at some point. Yeah, so it's one of the random guys who just gets shot but doesn't do a fight. It was the Prince of Morocco.
Holy shit.
It's nuts.
Tight.
That's insane.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So for your own personal, if that something happened to you, you definitely would want it in the film.
I would want it in the film.
One of my favorite fight scenes. What's the movie where the guy has the fucking legs?
Oh, Drunken Master?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite fight scenes.
The glasses
Ever.
guy.
Yeah. Favorite ever.
What's that Turkish action film where that guy kicks and it makes gunshot noises? And he's by the pool and he's fucking like 30 dudes up going. You guys see this shit? Turkish
Yeah, it was like
action.
What about Yoga Kung Fu? You seen that guy?
Yoga Kung
The
Fu?
Indian guy. They're trying to capture him with those little those ties. You got
Oh, what?
after.
We're going from top 10 to wild.
Yeah. Well, best.
I think those are
scenes
better. I want to hear some deep cuts.
Yoga Kung Fu. That shit was crazy. Because he actually does some legit amazing stuff.
Do you have any favorite Stephen Chow films for fighting?
Not off the top of my head.
He doesn't like Stephen Chow.
And you're scratching the top of your head.
I'm just really.
Hey, they're coming out with the new Silent Soccers.
Yeah, the Shaolin women's soccer.
Yeah.
You sound excited.
I just don't think it makes
Hey,
sense.
I
'cause
like it.
I don't think it makes sense because in original Shaolin soccer, the women saved the day already, so it's kind of.
So then the guy's gonna save the day this time.
God.
Bring in a man goalie, see how it happens.
I'd rather see girls in girls soccer outfits than guys. I don't want to see guys in short shorts and long socks.
What about guys in girls soccer outfits?
That's gay.
Oh, do you like Blade?
Blade? That's a classic. I don't like Blade 2 though.
Yeah,
Just one. I like Blade
Really?
1. Yeah.
Because he brings like a special swag to it.
Today's video is brought to you by Factor. What's up, everybody? Does this ever happen to you? Oh, I am a very busy entrepreneur or a student doing homework, and then you go, oh, I'm so hungry. Well, let me look in my fridge. Oh my gosh, there's no mom or grandma here to get food ready. You know this is gonna take a long time. You know you gotta go and clean some dishes and plates. Well, have no fear, Factor is here. You see this? This only takes 2 minutes to make, and they got really delicious stuff. This one's sun-dried tomato chicken, and this one, yo, for all my vegans out there, right here, you see that? This one, vegan mushroom masala. I had a bunch of these myself. They got smoothies, they got meal prepped, ready to go. It comes straight to your door. So if you are a busy digital nomad, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you just like gaming for 14 hours straight and you don't live with your grandma that will cook you food and you want food really quick because you forget to eat, well, this is the perfect meal for you. 2 minutes in the microwave, and then you can feed yourself and get back to doing what you've been doing in life. So head to factormeals.com/offtherecord50 and use code offtherecord50 to get 50% off. That's code offtherecord50 at factormeals.com/offtherecord50 to get 50% off. Thank you, Factor, very much for not only keeping me well fed, but sponsoring JKnews.
They shower in the blood.
Has nothing to do with this.
Vampires are just so fun.
Yeah, the blood just coming out.
Oh, when homie gets chopped and the CGI, if you watch it now, you're like, this is ridiculous.
But it's so sick though.
Yeah. I remember like when he threw the blade and then it went all the way around and he caught it again. I was like, how'd he do that? I was like a kid. I was like, that's dope. Probably the easiest thing he shot in the whole movie. He's like, whip pan off, whip back. Like, that was so cool, man.
The movie still holds up.
The easiest thing here.
One of my favorites is Best of the Best.
Best of the best, bro.
You know who trains with me as a stunt guy now? Philip Ree's son, Sean Ree. Sean Ree, yeah. Us, a bunch. Sean Ree.
That's tight.
He is Philip Ree's son.
That's dope.
Dude, fucking legend.
Oh, did you ever see the movie Tough Turf? It's like Philip Ree. It's like a movie that was like such a deep cut. Like so many people haven't seen it. The movie looks like it's completely guerrilla shot the whole time. It's so dark.
Is that where he's like with the kids, like teaching kids, or
It's like him and his friend, or they go to like a community college, but they get bullied or something, and then so they end up getting hired as security for like a party, and then at the party they see these guys doing a coke deal, and then they steal the coke or the money or something.
They intervene.
Oh god, it's crazy, but the movie itself is really good. It had 2 titles, Tough Turf and not Tough Turf. I'm sorry, Ninja Turf, or LA Street Fighters. Those were the 2 names.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
I think you bought this up once.
I did, yeah, but I haven't met one other person that's seen it.
One other person.
That's because Sean Ree posted it once, like him and his dad with the poster, and I was like, that's the coolest shit.
Yo, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is cool being in a movie with dad.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not in it with his dad, but
Well, it's not cool anymore.
the only person I could find that has seen it is his son.
Philip Ree hasn't even seen it, dude.
actually, Philip and Simon Ree are gonna be on one of our US.
On the next one?
Podcast. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we shot it the same day with Gemma and Steve. So
Oh, right on.
yeah, that's gonna come out. And what was funny is like I look at them as like these old school dudes, but you know
They're so nice.
Dude, they came in and we were just shooting the shit right away, and I was like, they're cool as fuck.
Like, I haven't met Philip, but Simon. I've met Simon a couple times into his dojo, and he's really nice.
He's like one of the nicest guys in the world.
I wish he had an iPad.
You know what I did though? Like when we started talking about Best of Best, I started doing the I now offer myself brother. And they were both at first they were both like, what is no way? And then the realization, and I just stayed in it too. And then they're like, wow.
They're like, do you want me to fuck you up?
That movie that you showed me for that old Jet Li film, I was like, I never heard of
That's
that.
a crazy deep cut.
Which
Have
one
you
was
ever
that?
watched a Jet Li film called The Master?
The Master? Yeah. It's super old school.
Do you know which one? Because sometimes I rename them wrong.
Yeah.
He comes from China.
With the
No. So he comes from China because he comes to China because his old master now has like a herbal store in America. The minute he gets off a bus, 3 cholos are like, "Hey fool, these guys are rich." So he comes and jacks his duffel bag. They steal his duffel bag, and Jet Li is just on foot chasing this fucking lowrider down. And then there's this one scene where he's going down the parking lot like this. Jet Li like jumps like through the middle, and they're like, "Oh fuck, that fucking guy's crazy, eh?" And then there's like a white the master's former student that was a white guy now is like a terror in town. He's challenging all these martial arts schools. He beats the fuck out of everyone. And then Jet Li is the other like student. So it's kind of like student on like new current student on old student. He has to fight to like avenge his old master. You guys ever seen
that narrows that down to like 10 Jet Li movies.
The best thing is that the cholos become his disciples, and he teaches the cholos how to fight, and they become like kung fu cholos.
Bro, I have to watch this movie.
And they make this contraption.
Do they still dress like
Kung Fu
Cholos?
And they
I'm
make,
in,
and
dude.
they make
a spin-off movie called Kung Fu Cholos.
this contraption with like basketballs and fucking bungee cord and shit. And then like they have to like hit it. It was like
training.
Like some of the props.
That part was freaking
It
amazing.
was like really creative.
But the weird thing is that you could so tell one of the cholos is so clearly a guy from Jackie Chan's stunt team that you've seen a million times. So you're like, this guy's not Mexican at all. He has a skin cap on. It's like the dude you've seen him in every movie.
It's like Armor of God, where they had the 4 Chinese guys playing the Amazonian women.
Oh,
Armor of God?
like with the black wigs, and they're like,
They're all wearing like spaghetti straps.
yeah, they're getting kicked off the stairs and shit.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Armor of God.
Now we're just going to like the weird movies that we've
No,
seen.
the master's good though. The martial arts is really, really good.
I always like anything with like some of Donnie Yen's later stuff with like Flashpoint, like those fight scenes are so cool. There's one where he's
SPO.
fighting. Yeah, SPO is really sick. Or anything with Sammo Hung and Donnie Yen. Man.
Sammo Hung.
He's like the most athletic fat dude ever.
I'll watch Sammo just because he's like a bigger dude and the way he moves is
move.
incredible, dude.
You ever seen Donnie Yen in Mismatched Couples?
Yes. Oh, dude, I have a story about that. What? Yeah, so I fight coordinated XXX3, where Donnie was on set.
That's sick.
And like when I was trying to like get him to put his like guard down, I remember one day we were like trying to come up with ideas because he didn't like the idea we'd put together. It's like, Jeremy, I need 6 options now. I'm like, okay, so we can do this, we can do that. And I just started throwing them at him, and he's like, whoa. And then at the end, I was like, or we could do this. And I was doing his like little bit. No. And I started like, Donnie's right there, and I'm like, and he's just like, man. And then later he goes, Jeremy. He's like, yes, Dago? He's like, you're Filipino, aren't you? It's like, yes, sir. He goes, man, so much style. Filipinos have so much style, and just walked away.
That's so dope.
So yeah, that was my first time. That was the first time I worked with him.
That's fucking sick.
That's the movie. That's the movie where like breaking was like and popping was like so hot that they like practically made him like do all that shit.
Is that the clip where he's like putting on his jeans?
Yeah. I don't know. I never
smooth though. He's like,
I never knew if it was true, but when I went to China, I kept asking people how I could buy that DVD because it's like they never made the DVD available like localized, so you can only get like weird bootleg versions. And they were like, "Oh, we don't have it around here." I guess like I don't know if it's true that he doesn't want people to see that one now.
Oh, maybe.
So it doesn't get like distributed.
Like, because he didn't like his dance moves. He goes, I'm so bad at popping and locking now.
But he was good, but it's probably not part. He probably doesn't like it. It's his legacy.
Well, I think he's
Dude,
hit that
it's
like.
a part of his legacy.
Yeah, I think he's hit that like place where he wants to be the master, and he is a master. And I wish he could just understand that if we all knew that side of him, that it would make him even more of a master.
yeah,
It's like Chuck Norris.
100%, yeah.
Because even on set now, like when he's in the middle of set, he holds himself differently a little bit than way off set. He's way off set. He's joking and stuff, but on set he's fun and he's personable, but he's also very reserved. Like he's just like yeah, I'm the master. Like, and I'm like, yeah, but the master who could also fucking break it down.
That's pretty tight.
To me, I love it.
I love that movie so much, man.
Yeah, it's so good. And then they try to be sneaky and put the trampoline in the car.
Yeah.
Jumping on the car.
On the roof of the car, like doing.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know about that one.
It's just full of gags. It's like silly, but it's so relatable.
What was it called?
Mismatched couples. It's
Mismatched Couples.
It's actually not a good movie, but the funny scenes are really good.
It was the one where he's dancing, right? He's like doing a dance battle. I've seen that one.
But those are the parts that anyone's ever seen. Like when you watch it as a full movie, you're like, what's the rest of this? What is this?
So we've named like 6.
I like the first It Man.
Way more.
Because the one where he fights the Northerner, that scene
Well,
is crazy, and then the one when he fights the
black
karate guy
belts,
at the
bro.
end, that was crazy.
Or when he just goes against all the karate guys in general in that fucking U formation.
I like the in 3 or 4 where he's fighting the Muay Thai guy in the elevator and he's like saving his wife.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorites because you see the fucking stunt guy doing the Muay Thai and he's doing stair falls with no shoes on. And you're like, that sucks. Because usually on a stair fall, like you smash your feet to bits if you're doing a really good one, like if you're doing a fast one. And he's just doing it with no shoes.
Dude, that does suck.
But super, super cool. I like
Police Story 1 is always a good
Police
one.
Story is good.
The one where the famous stunt that got botched, where they fly off the top of the bus and they miss the car,
Oh yeah.
and they landed on their like tailbones.
Oh God! Imagine, Jesus Christ.
This might be more of a legendary cultural one, but there's Game of Death.
Game of
Maybe
Death.
that's sick. The fight scenes, I really like the fight scenes.
Bruce Lee going up the fucking thing and fighting Kareem and stuff
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Kareem one was wow, because
That's
it's like
wild to
such a
see.
big difference.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Lee though is in a category that like doesn't like he shouldn't be allowed to make lists.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
Game of Death. Like
That's just like the
there's
Bible.
the list and then there's the beyond the list.
Right, beyond the list for sure.
That's good. Let me take him off this.
He's like, we know he's on the list.
Yeah.
He's on the same lit with like Blood and Bone and stuff, huh? Like in. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna look you cold in the face while saying that.
No.
With Enough, with J Lo.
Wait, is that the one with Michael Jai White? The Never Back Down?
Yeah.
That's the Fighters movie. The Fighters.
Oh yeah, Michael. Yeah.
All right, so we've got,
I think Matt
in
Mullins
no
was in that.
particular order, Once Upon a Time in China with the zombie. We got Beverly Hills Ninja, the live-action Street Fighter, the OG Mortal Kombat, The Raid, Drunken Master 2, Blade, Best of the Best, Ip Man, Police Story, with honorable mentions of The Master, Armor of God, Yoga, Kung Fu, and Mismatched Couples.
This is a pretty bad list.
Blame Watch Mojo.
What's that one movie when is it Jackie Chan when he fights that one kickboxer, the ugly ass motherfucker? Like this was like in the 70s. It was a solid scene.
Oh, Benny the
Benny the
Jet.
Jet.
Yeah, Meals on Wheels.
You just called him the ugly
That guy's
kick.
still alive.
He is scary looking though. Benny the Jet does look like.
the Jet looks fucking. Yo,
Have you ever worked with him or like?
I haven't worked with him, but I met him. He's super nice.
I have a picture with him.
Yeah,
Well, I
right.
visited.
Don't believe it. Don't believe
When
it.
Bradley Martin opened his first gym zoo in like North Hollywood area, I went to go visit him, and then I just saw like a karate studio right next door, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna just walk by. I always like martial
Jet
arts.
Center.
I forgot what it said, but I walked in and I was like, what the fuck? That's Benny the Jet.
Yeah.
And I just went in and I was like, hey, I'm a huge fan. I just want to say hi. And then I shook his hand. And And then I went back into Bradley's gym, and I'm like, yo, Brad, I'm like, do you know your gym's next to a legendary martial artist? He's like, no.
Dude!
That's fucking crazy.
Dang. Oh, what do you think about the Tony Jaa movies?
Ong Bak?
Yeah, Ong Bak in Protector.
I mean, I liked all his older movies. Like, obviously, I was like 14 and I was like, could do it. Could do it.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
the first time I ever saw like fucking like Muay Thai forms though.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I really liked it because it wasn't like there was a time where like for me martial arts is kind of like styles, you know, like music, and like I was like I hate kung fu now. It's too fake.
Yeah.
And then Tony Jaa came out, I was like wow, wow, and I was like, and then all the slow mos, you're like he really hit that dude. Like,
Yeah, that was the cool thing about it, right? At that time,
everywhere too.
because I feel like there was a lull in action movies, and then that movie at the time just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is this?
And then I doubled him
Oh yeah.
on Triple X.
Oh, that's sick.
Is he truly really fucking people up in those movies? Like they're getting hurt?
He has really good control. I think in Thailand you can get away with stuff, but when we shot Triple X3, we were in Toronto, and he had a lot of control. So
Wow.
I think the only time he really fully connected was when he was doing the flying double knee, and it was like
Yeah, you got to do that.
pad up, take it, and it was like good luck.
And he saved an elephant.
Yeah,
Couple got good hops, huh?
hops.
Because
It
all
was
his
so-
scenes are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But it was funny because when we were choreographing together, he's like, Jimmy, maybe we just do my specials, and you do specials here, because I was trying to choreograph something different. And then he goes like this side swipe like this. I go, oh, you could add a hook to it, and then I would do it. And he goes, you could do my stuff. I was like, don't act like you don't watch tricking videos, dude, because tricking doesn't come from Muay Thai, man. Like in my head, I was like, I remember back in the day there was like a forum called Club 540, and somebody was like, no, Tony Jaa watches our forums. So I was like, maybe, whatever. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But when he found out that I could do all his like signature moves, anytime he had an idea for the director, he realized he didn't have to like show people stuff, because he'd be like, oh, we do this. Like we were in a graveyard one time doing a chase scene, and we were having, he's like, maybe I'm chasing him and he opens a car door, and then I do, it's like 7 a.m. He's like, Jimmy, yes sir. He goes, do my special. The split.
You're the demo guy now?
And I couldn't do the split since I was 12, right? And we're on gravel, and the car door opens. I had to do the splits under the car door being open because
Holy shit.
next to another car. And he goes, what do you think about this? And he goes, go Jeremy, show him. Like 7 a.m. I do the fucking sliding splits, and I'm hoping the gravel slides me enough to just clear my head, because if I lift my head too soon, I get hit. So I just feel the door go like this. And I go, okay, I'm clear. Stand up, and I take off, and I'm like, I didn't know I could do the splits. And yeah, no, he just made me do everything to show the director it was cool. And then he did everything himself. But it was cool.
Sick.
I just have random